Hi ladies, how are you today? This is Beverly with Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. Hope everyone's day is well. So I am here to talk about my masterclass and the Sugar Detox. So I was actually listening to I don't know if it's like a podcast, some type of recorded video about information on sugar, and I am constantly listening to information about detoxing, the toxins that we're dealing with in society, all of the different problems we're having with our health as a result of sugar. And there was some statistics that was shared, and I was stunned, absolutely stunned. So I wanted to pop on and share that with you and just like back into all the reasons that you should be here to be informed about sugar in this masterclass. So if we haven't met before, I know I have some new people in the group, but I'm Beverly with Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. I'm a certified health coach, and I am the founder of the Body and Lifestyle Academy. So I help you women to break through the stigma of menopause and lean into a fabulous, confident, and sexy new vision of yourselves as we go through a holistic journey that I refer to as stepping into a powerful next level life. So I'm looking at the notes here. I always do because I can like go on forever. This is like my soapbox, but they were talking about the life expectancy, and they are looking at those that were born nearing the 2000, like their life expectancy is so different for me as a baby boomer, and maybe those that are behind me who are like generation Z, X. So Z is at the end, generation X. But I was just so stunned to hear how these numbers were diminishing. And I was thinking like, well, maybe we are doing better because we have new technology, we have new things in medicine that are doing some things to help us with aging. But the reality is like, yeah, those things are happening. But by the same time, there are things that are disrupting our health and actually breaking down our body's ability to be healthy. And you know what they said the number one thing was? Okay, so let me back. Let me tell you about something before I talk about the number one thing. It's like understanding that we're in a very toxic environment. And when I say toxic environment, I mean like when we're out in the, air, the quality is totally different depending on where you are. If you're like in an inner city area and there's not a lot of trees around, the quality of air is totally different than if you're in a rural area with lots of trees and the air is being cleansed by the help of those trees and the leaves and stuff. So in the area where I am, there's like 4 different airports around us. So the quality of air is not the best. It's palpable, but you have to do something to offset that. So when we're talking about the quality of air, what we're breathing in is going into our bodies. So these planes are filled with all types of fuels with chemicals in them, and all of that comes out of the plane into the air and permeates into our lungs as we're breathing it. So have you thought about that? Like, are you in the area with that many planes around and that much toxicity? So your body's so smart, it tries to purge out these toxins, but many of us are not really understanding what it means to take control of removing these toxins out of our body. So that's one. You got toxins in the air. We can't avoid that if we're in areas that are laden with, a lot of factories or planes that are around. We have to deal with it, but we have to counter that by doing some type of detox. The other aspect is like us ladies, we love our makeup, and I'm kind of like almost gone natural. You can kind of look like I do very little. I have like some powder on, some tinted powder, and that's it. And I used to do a lot of makeup. I used to model, and I used to have makeup. I was gorgeous. Thanks to the makeup. But now in this stage of my life, I I just don't want to have so much makeup on my face from day to day. Like, as you see me now, that's usually the way you're going to see me. Maybe a little more lipstick, a little more, like, I don't even have mascara on. But this is something that's my choice because I'm really working to have hormonal balance. So there are going to be times where there's something major coming and I have to step into that alter ego of mine. Somebody told me it was Trinity from The Matrix. I thought that was so cute. But yeah, step into that alter ego, put on, you know, these Beverly heels and a gorgeous gown to go out and pull the hair up and, oh my God, put your tiara on and just be a queen. But if you're not really in the type of work or in a position that requires so much makeup day to day, really work on trying to have your skin to breathe, because the makeup blocks your pores and this in turn ends up filtering down into your body, and it causes some disruption and imbalance. And this is the goal, ladies, as we're going through this midlife. Hormonal balance is the goal. Okay, so understanding like what makeup you're using, what chemicals are in the makeup, making choices for makeups that has very minimal types of contents that's disruptive. Like, look at your packaging. That's all I'm saying. Be aware now, because these cosmetic companies, I feel like they are criminal enterprises, because some of the things that they're using in the makeup of these products are actually, some of them are cancerous. Some of them are very toxic in the way that it causes us illness over long term or problems getting pregnant. Like, there's a lot of different things. So I'm just saying, be aware. That's all I'm saying, be aware. So those are two aspects of toxicity. So another area of toxicity is like what you're bringing into your body, what you're actually eating, what you're consuming, that your body's trying to pull out nutritional value from, which leads me back to this number one thing. The problem that is causing us to not have that longevity in life that we had in very many decades ago now is sugar. The pregnant pause. I just want you to think about that, the sugar. Like, if I ask you, how much sugar do you consume on a daily basis? I would say it's difficult to even eliminate sugar out of your diet, because I've really tried to go on sugar detoxes. I've really tried to be cognizant of all aspects of where sugar is coming in, and sometimes our packaging doesn't clearly indicate we're having sugar. It's slipped into so many places that it really shouldn't be in. For example, like sugar on our medication. Yeah, I know you don't think about it, but if you really are present, you're like, oh yeah, I take the gummies all the time. They're not but sugar. I actually had to pick up some magnesium, and they didn't have any of the magnesium capsules that I was used to, so I ended up with some gummies. And the gummies in and of themselves have a lot of sugar in them, but mine had sugar on top of the gummy. And I was like, okay, let me look at this package and see how much sugar is in there. It was like 6 grams of sugar on a vitamin that I need for my body, magnesium. So I reluctantly bought it because I was totally out of magnesium. So I took it. But just being aware, like, if you're getting that much sugar on something by accident, like a vitamin, how much is coming in when you're actually having your meals? If you're prone to having like a takeout meal and you grab something from one of these like quick restaurant drive-through, they're just dumping ladles full of sugar in, and they want it in there because it tastes good to you and it makes you addicted to it, and you'll keep coming back for more and more and more. So just understand that this sugar is a major contributor to why we're not healthy and why we're not having the lifespans that we had decades ago. So think about that. Take your power back. Learn what you can do to be in control of your health and give yourself this long runway of life. Okay? So the last thing I'll say about the sugar and this information that I came across was they went back to, what year was this? 1850. That's a lifetime ago. Back to 1850, the amount of sugar that an individual had on a daily basis was around a teaspoon or two, up to a maximum of like 5 pounds over the course of a short period of time. So fast forward to today, 2024, guess how much sugar the average person here in the United States is consuming? Just guess. Dun, 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 dun. There's a little Jeopardy timer. Well, on average per year, individuals consume 145 pounds of sugar. That's on the low end. And on the high end is in excess of 175 pounds of sugar a year. That's more than what I weigh holding some babies or something. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. We got to take our power back. You have to look at what is taking place. These industries are making money off of us, and they are doing it at the expense of our health and the longevity of our lives. So I again invite you to come and be a part of my sugar detox. It is a masterclass that is coming up May 21st at 6 p.m. and it'll run about an hour and a half, and then I'll have a little time for Q&A. So just a couple of hours max. I normally do these for at least a week, sometimes 7 days, but I usually do them during the day so I can have several hours. So I changed it this time to do it in the evening, very compressed, so you can actually catch it after work. For those that say they want to just see the replay, I'm not very generous with my replays because I really want you to be in the space or either catch me at a time that'll work for you, because there's so much information that I'm so passionate about. And just catching a replay, you're passively being there. I want you to be totally present. I want you to own control of your health. And I want you to truly understand what the narrative is out there. Okay? So I'm going to get off my soapbox. But thank you for spending a couple of minutes here to understand a little bit about what's happening to us in society and what we can do to take control of this entire narrative. So I look forward to hopefully seeing you in my masterclass May 21st at 6 p.m. And there will be a link in the comments for those that are here catching me in the Facebook group. If you actually see it as a replay, you can see it I post them to Instagram. It'll be in the bio, the registration link. So it costs you nothing to be there. I'm going to be sharing some amazing information. So come and check it out. Also, I encourage you to share it with a friend. And if you have any questions, just DM me. I am here to support you. I'm Beverly with Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. Thank you for taking a couple of minutes to hear all of what I have to share today about what you can do to take your power back and be aware of what's happening with your health. All right, ladies, we'll see you soon. Bye.